Ta-da! You're welcome back to my channel. Like, thank you for stopping by again. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the first one. Thank you for watching my first video. And now you're back. Like, it's so interesting. It's so like I'm trying to express myself. Like, it's so exciting to see that you're back on my video. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So let's move on. This is the part 2 of my first video, which I actually talked about maximizing your singlehood. You get. So, all right, let's move on. I don't know the number was stopped. I wasn't even counting, but let's just move on. Let's move on. So the next one I'll be talking about is suicide is not an option. I know you'll be wondering, okay, what do we get from here? Maximizing singlehood, suicide. What's my own business with suicide? Yeah, it's part of it because as a single person, you're still trying to figure out your life. You make some mistakes. Yeah, you make some mistakes in life. It might even be academic mistakes. It might even be a relationship mistakes that you make. It might even be a financial mistakes. You got into debt, you use your school fee in, playing lottery, you use it in this forex trading and all, or use it in different kinds of investment. But I want you to know that even in all of this, suicide is not an option. Suicide is not an option. Okay, let me read what suicide is for you. Let me read it. Suicide is the act of intentionally causing one's death or deliberately taking one's life. Do you get what I'm trying to talk about? So, because that was, this jump, 2025 jump result was a mess. I'm sorry to use that word. Yeah. Almost all the students actually feel they had to redo the exam, they had to retake the exams. And I heard in the news that a child killed herself. I don't even know exactly, but I heard that a child killed herself over a failure in not scoring, IMAC, a failure in jump. And I kept wondering, what's this lady thinking about? What's this person thinking about? I don't even know if it's a lady, but I probably think she's a lady. What's she thinking about? Why would she take her life? So that's what I'm telling you. How to maximize your singlehood. Part of the things you should consider, even if you're at the verge of giving up, I bet with you, Alaya Mashai, everybody will move on. Now you will know, say, hey, I've done mistake. Don't think about suicide. You might be depressed, you might fall into depression, you might enter into your shell, you might not see people to talk, you might just get lonely, be at home, just in home. That's fine. See, life is in phases. It's not every time you'll be out there shining, bubbling. Sometimes you'll be at home. You just be there. Sometimes even God actually wants you, to talk to you. Those times when God will just want you down, like in your lowest moments, when you've been all busy going up and down, busy with your life, and God just say, girl, I need you. And it will just make you experience that thing. So you come to the realization that, oh, I've not been involving God in my lifestyle, So I want to put it to you that suicide is not an option. No matter what you face in life, even if, the worst gets worst, I put it to you that suicide is not an option. There is hope at the end of the tunnel, At the end of every night, there'll always be morning. Joy always comes in the morning. You get? So don't give up. There are phases to life. Go and listen to all of those successful people's story. You will discover that most of them are their ups and downs in life. So do not give up on on yourself, on your mistakes. And it's good to make mistakes. You will learn from it. You understand? Whew, I've really talked about that, but let's move on. Let's really move on. So what I want to talk about, learn to focus. Learn to always focus. Learn to focus on, okay, in life in general now. Learn to focus on everything you want to do. If it's business you want to do, if it's academics, like learn to focus and do not be lured into, different kinds of distractions. Distractions here and there during your singlehood, you get distracted left, right, and center. This one is calling you, let's go out, let's go and gist, let's watch movies. But I put it to you to learn how to focus. If you focus in life, you won't miss the road. If you focus, you won't diverge. You won't miss your road. You would actually always get clarity. So learn to focus in life. Learn to focus generally. Anything, learn to focus. Whether it's business, whether it's whether it's your academics, in that area of life. Always focus. Do you understand? All right, let's move on. So another thing I want to talk about. This one is general. Learn to be clean. Cleanness is next to godliness. Because I know so many people, I was once a student, they don't wash their plates. You will see plates of don't let me exaggerate, but let me be sincere. Plates of 3 weeks, 3 good weeks will just be in one corner. And I'll keep wondering, can't you learn how to be clean? Learn how to be clean, please, because it will pay you. It will really pay you. You see their toilets very dirty, very stinking, their bedrooms very stinking, and all. So please learn how to be clean. You don't know what he would do for you. Because if you are clean, you will attract. God even said you attract people to you. God even said, He said, cleanliness is next to godliness. You get? So just take that as another as another way in maximizing your youth, your singlehood. So another one I'll talk about is learn to be punctual. This one deals with, okay, if you're doing anything, like if you're, going somewhere, learn to always be punctual. Learn to always be calculative. You have to be smart because this life, people are watching you. You can't be playing with your life. You can't play with your life with, you know, I'll go anytime I like, anytime I like. Learn to be punctual. I could remember then when I was in school, I would always make sure I get to exam venue like 30 minutes before. What am I saying? 30 minutes before? No, 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 no. An hour before. Because I love a quiet space to read. So I love getting there very, very early. So learn to be punctual. It will help you a lot. It will really help you. Those that go late to work, I could remember, I'm not using it to defame anybody, but I could remember that when we were having our exams, sometime like that, some came late and they were asked to stand up for some minutes, some 15 minutes, and look at that, some 30 minutes, just because they came late. Learn to be punctual. Do not give excuse for your lateness. Another thing that it will help you maximize your singlehood is um learn to rely on God. Learn to rely on God. You see, this one that I mentioned has really given me backlash, like lashes, backlash. Like I've received a lot of like strokes because I relied on my energy. I relied on my capability, and I tend to leave God out of it. Please, in your singlehood, do not leave God out of it. Do not leave God out of it. Do not leave God out of it. Learn to rely on God. Even in decisions, so little like, okay, God, what's the color of the clothes I should wear? Okay, where do you want me to go? Do you want me to pray? Do you want me to fast? You know all those stuffs now. Learn to rely on God a lot. It will help you because God knows more than human. God's mind is far above the human mind. So he knows everything. He knows you from beginning to the end. So please learn to rely on God, and I pray that you'll be blessed. So another thing that I actually want to talk about is be be hospitable, if that makes sense to you. Like be hospitable and be hospitable. Learn to accommodate people, learn to give. Like learn to show empathy to people, be hospitable, like learn to give to strangers, learn to welcome them because you don't know anybody. I heard a story where a woman, she was selling, think snail. They call it igmi snail. I think where safe in Lagos, all those like Idumota, like all those low level sites. She was just selling it, and a man came that he wants to buy something. He's not even a Nigerian, He's an Oyinbo man, like a white man. He came that he wants to buy some from that woman, and before you know it, he just said he wants to sit, and the woman had to use a wrapper. She tied buba and wrapper. She wore buba, and so she had to use a wrapper to clean the seat for the Oyinbo man to sit. And when she did that, the Oyinbo was very very surprised, and before you know it, all her four children were sent to private university, Babcock University, by this man. Look at that. Look at that. Ordinary snail. Oh. She was just selling ordinary snail. And before you know it, she received huge favor by her hospitability nature. She understand. So please be hospitable, like hospitable, be hospitable. And what else? Oh, so I'm not really, really perfect. I just want to go. So learn to obey rules and regulation. This one, Jesus, I was almost expelled. Like, oh word. I went to the ICT. Okay, let me tell you a bit story of my life. I went to the ICT with pen and paper, and I was writing questions in a bid not to, not to meet the question because this is a test you get. So if you do a test, you actually see it in the exams. So I went to the exam hall with pen and paper, and I was writing the questions down so that I won't forget, and I would revise. I still want to pass out to this first class, and not knowing that I was not supposed to go in with pen and paper. So please, people, learn to obey instructions. It will cost you. It will help you a lot. Obey instructions, obey rules and regulations. You know. So I think I've done justice to all of this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching my videos. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.